what we have here, we are comparing the different Golions with also some of the knockoff Voltrons and the Matchbox Voltron. So what I have first is the most desirable, which is the Popy Golion, the earliest one to come out. And one of the main features that you see is the yellow shoulder push buttons which fire with a spring-loaded mechanism there. So that's that. You have the you do notice that the wings are a little bit more refined and polished. The sharp teeth in the head, and it's just more solidly built than, you know, with the other lines. The blue and yellow lines for the earliest Popy Golion, some people call it Popy, I say Popy. The teeth, if you can see it, I'll put it at this angle. The bottom teeth on the Popy Golion is sharper than the later Popy Golions and the Godaikin Golion. You also have the push button right here, and all of them have to have the silver stickers which say made in Japan. That's one of the other criteria you look for. Then you have the yellow one, which has the push buttons with the spring push buttons. You can see the spring in there, and there's push buttons. I can kind of turn it so you can see that. Also, you have the push button where the cannon on the back of the yellow line. And then one of the most noticeable and best features that I like is the red and the green lines are fully chromed, which you can see, which it just shines really nicely. Although mine has broken tails, it's just really well built and really beautiful. So that's the earliest of the Golions, the Popy Golion, earliest edition. They have sharp teeth in all of them, top and bottom teeth. They have spring-loaded shooting weapons out of the guns, the backs, the shoulders. Let's move on to the next version of the Popy Golion. And some of the noticeable differences that I noticed was that the teeth aren't as sharp on the bottom for the second edition of Popy Golion. You still have the push button, and then you also have the push button for the ears as well as the back on the yellow. And same thing with the teeth. It's not as sharp on the bottom teeth as the first edition Popy Golion. This Popy Golion, which is a little bit later, does have chrome in the midsection. Some people call this the elbow. I call it the midsection. You'll see there's a little chrome in the middle, and then the two plastic gray parts on the end. It's not chromed at the end though. The tail is just plastic, but the teeth are also sharp, and it's beautifully built, solid. And same with the red line. The chrome it's just localized to the middle of the elbow, not the whole elbow. So part of it is plastic, and then the middle of it is chrome. Again, the sharp teeth. All of them have the made in Japan stickers. The black lion doesn't really have any differences, if at all. Basically, you have the sharp teeth, the spring-loaded shooting guns on the shoulders. The wings are refined and polished a little bit extra. So there isn't much change from the earliest edition of Popy Golion to this a little bit later Popy Golion, other than the elbows being fully chromed and the tails, and the bottom teeth of the blue and yellow lines aren't as sharp. Then we move on to the Godaikin Golion, also made in Japan. It was made for the American market, I believe, and it's another beautiful. You still have the spring-loaded weapon, shooting weapons on the shoulders, sharp teeth. It's refined, it's well built, it's solid. And then some of the major differences you will notice will be, again, the teeth aren't as sharp on the bottom, but they're sharper than the Matchbox versions. But the main thing for the Godaikin is, for the red line, you don't see any chrome in the tail or the midsection. And you still have the sharp teeth, but you don't have the chrome on either the midsections or tails. However, this one, the Green Lion, does have, I would say, a faded chrome in the middle. It's not fully plastic, but it's not chromed as much as the Popy Golion version. So you can kind of see it. It's a little bit shinier in the middle than the Matchbox, but less shiny than the Popy. The tails are just plastic as well. But again, you have the sharp teeth, so that's one difference. And then moving on, here's the blue line just to show you that it's pretty much the same. It also has the firing mechanisms and the ears for the yellow lion, and also the head of the blue lion and the back of the yellow lion. For the Matchbox version, as you can see, there is no chrome at all in the elbow or tails. And this one I actually have, this is probably from the, I bought the head separately, so it shouldn't have the sharp teeth, but this one does. See, this is the example of non-sharp teeth. They're fully rounded, and there's no chrome at all, just plastic except for the legs. And then we move on to the blue lion. Doesn't have a shooting mechanism on its head. Same thing with the yellow lions. You don't see it in the ears or the back, and as well as the shoulders of the black lion, as well as the black lion for the Matchbox version. The teeth are fully rounded. You can see that. So that's pretty much it. Then if we go to some of the knockoffs, most of the knockoffs were made in Taiwan. You have some that were made in Korea. Some of the knockoffs would be like the Lion Bot version, which would be more similar to this one right here, which has the push buttons, but the quality isn't built as good. You see that the yellowing on the yellow line is a different hue than on some of the authentic Voltron Golions. And then you look at the ears. There's no mechanism inside the ears, just empty. Even though it does have the push button on the backs and the heads of the blue and yellow. Yeah. Sharp teeth on the head of the black line. These knockoffs do not have any stickers. Something to look for. And here's another knockoff where it has yellow instead of gold hinges. Gold connectors on these parts. So that's, yeah. And that's pretty much it. I do have another Matchbox version, but I didn't think I had space where some of the earlier Matchbox versions have the ears of the yellow line have the push buttons in there. So it kind of tells you that how the manufacturers got a little bit, they tried to, value engineer and save money, basically cost cutting, and as time went on, they went with less well built Voltrons and so forth. That's pretty much it. So, alright, there's my box for the Popy Golion. I don't have the front case, if there is a front case for that, just like that. There's one of my many Voltron Matchbox boxes, and then some of the individuals, and so that's pretty much it, guys. Hope that helps you to when you're purchasing or inspecting your Voltrons or Golions.